Hello, I'm Matt Larson, the Executive Director of the Dell Rapids Chamber of Commerce, and thank you for joining us on this week's video podcast series. This week I had a chance to talk with James and Francis of Prairiewind Boarding and Francis Larson Photography, and we will get to that interview here in just a moment. But a lot of things to talk about before then. First off, we had such a wonderful weekend this past weekend, celebrating 4 businesses with ribbon cuttings at the museum, the chateau, the party place, and Sweet Scoops. That was so much fun, and we've got some photos on our Facebook page at Dell Rapids Chamber. Check that out, and we are excited to hopefully get to do even more of those throughout the year, so stay tuned with our Facebook page and website. We'll announce any more that we can do throughout the year. So much fun to take part in that over the weekend. We've hit the first full week of June here today, and that means the summer reading program kicks off today with the Dell Rapids Library. They've got a full calendar of events in June and July with that, so be sure to check them out again at the Dell Rapids Carnegie Library. Get your books read, some great prizes, and a lot of fun with that program over the summer. On Wednesday, the Dell's Theater continues their summer matinee free movie series. 2 o'clock on Wednesday, they will be showing Yogi Bear this week. So kids, go check that out Wednesday afternoon. It is the citywide rummage sales this weekend, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. You can still get registered for that. We've got a link at the top of our website to register, and then we'll also have a link to a map of where all the rummages are taking place. So that is happening this weekend. Also coming up on Thursday from 6 to 7:30, we will have a mixer at Dell Rapids Ace Hardware. We're excited to get this event going. This will be our first official one with coordination with the Chamber. The museum had their grand reopening last Friday. That was a great time. They did most of the work with that. That was a great time on Friday night. But this mixer on Thursday, June 5th, starting at 6 o'clock, going until 7:30 at Ace Hardware. Come and check that out. They'll be in the back patio. We'll get to hear some of what they offer. Small engine repair, a little discussion on that. But really, time to network, meet with other business members and the community. There'll be some refreshments there as well, so please come to that. That'll be a good time on Thursday. There's even more coming up over the next month. So much stuff happening in June here. We got Coup de Days coming up on the 13th, 14th, and 15th. The market in the Dell starts June 21st. We'll have some more information about that coming up in the next week or so. And then again, we want to mention Corey Days. That is such a great time, a great celebration that happens in Dell Rapids. That is the 27th, 28th, and 29th of June. So much activity, so much fun. Follow their Facebook page, Dell Rapids Corey Days. They are putting out so much information. That committee doing such a wonderful job in getting that all lined up. They promote so much information. You want to follow them on that Facebook page. And then also we've got all the signups for the events. So many events, the golf tournament, the parade, 3-on-3 basketball, volleyball, 5K, the fishing derby. If you want to put a car in the car show, we've got a link to that. We've got raffle tickets available for sale. We've got a new duck race that's going to be happening. You can purchase some ducks to see if your duck will cross the finish line first. So we've got that. Street dance pre-sale tickets available on our website. All of that you can find on our website, DellRapidsChamber.com, and click on the Corey Days there right on the front page. So again, Corey Days coming up June 27th, 28th, and 29th. So with that, let's check out the interview with James and Francis of Prairiewind Boarding and Francis Larson Photography.
Hi, I'm Francis.
And I'm James.
And this is Prairiewind Boarding and Francis Larson Photography.
Well, I want to thank you guys for joining us today on our weekly podcast. Happy to be out here talking about your businesses. First, we'll start with the Prairiewind Boarding. Just share the story about how this got started and how long you've been doing this.
I'm going to do that one.
So we bought the farm in 2022, and when we bought it, it already kind of had some kennels set up in it, and we decided we wanted to just kind of take that and run with it. We love dogs. We've always loved dogs, and both of us have always had some sort of animal in our lives always, so we just kind of built from there.
And so what kind of services then do you guys offer out here?
We do the overnight boarding, we do dog daycare, we also have some services like nail trims, dog baths, and long leash dog walks.
Now, since you first opened, has anything really changed or evolved or seen differences since that first day?
Yeah, for sure. We've gone from, I think it was 13 kennels inside. Now we have a total of 28 kennels, and every kennel has an inside and an outside access, so they can go in and out as they want. And then we upgraded all the kennels. The first year we were here, we put new electricity in. So we're just constantly trying to improve the quality that the dogs have inside the building and outside.
So when somebody brings in their dog for boarding here, what is a typical day for that pet out here during the day?
So we start by letting all the dogs out in the morning because we lock them all in at night, and then we feed and water them, and then they have free range of going inside and outside for the entire day. We lock them in if it's got bad weather, so this way they're safe. And then they get outside on the into the yard. We got about a 2,400 square foot run yard that's all fenced in, and they get to run and play for about 20-30 minutes, and then it's always solo play. It's never group play, and we just go from one kennel to the next.
So with doing this for a few years now, what's your favorite part about running this business and serving the Dell Rapids community?
I think it's got to be meeting all the owners. That's been really fun because we get owners that are local, we get some that are a little bit more further away from just our normal community. And so it's been really great to see that and to just meet some neighbors. Plus, we get a great plethora of dogs that are just hilarious dogs.
Just being able to play with all the different types of dogs and meeting all the different personalities for everyone has been really cool.
That's awesome. So let's talk about photography now.
Okay.
We'll shift gears a little bit. So what's your story and how you got started and how long you've been doing this?
So I've always loved photography, even when I was little. Back in the old days, when you had to pay to, actually process your film. Yes. So I definitely took less photos then than I do now. And I started professionally in 2008. I'd had back surgery and needed something that kind of got me moving again a little bit. And that really did it. Did some school in 2011 and 12, and then came back here.
So what kind of photos do you specialize in? Is there one area you like to do more, or broad range?
I pretty much do a little bit of everything, but I absolutely love senior and dance photography. Like, those are my two, I guess you could call them passion spots that I really love doing.
Okay, so you mentioned senior photos and dance. I know senior photos, summertime seems to be the big time to start that. What might be some suggestions you have for a good session?
The way that my business works, it allows for bring lots of different outfits. Make sure you have kind of an idea of what, if you have a vision. So if you're an artist and you want to do some pictures that are fun with some paint or whatever, just have that ready to go, and let me know in advance, and just to have fun. I mean, the best part about those senior and dance sessions is I get to spend a lot of time with the people, so I get to know them, and so their personality can really shine through.
So you mentioned, being into photography way back with the film, and I think back to my senior photos, our wedding photos 20 years ago. It's not like it used to be. So
no.
What have you seen change over the years?
Well, it's been interesting because even just younger kids, the sessions are much more, they remind me of a photo shoot versus just, we're going to take family pictures. It's been really interesting to watch that whole shift happen. And now we're having a whole other shift where you have to adapt to it because families have cell phones and they want to just take pictures with their cell phones because it does a decent job. And so I try to always provide something that's a little above and beyond that and a little bit extra.
All right, well, that's awesome. So one last question for you. I want to throw this out, the little fun question. If there's anything you could take photographs of with no limits, anything special?
I mean, I used to always say that nature photography was going to be the way that I wanted. Like, if I could make money doing it, I would do it. But after doing the dance photography, if I could go to downtown New York and take pictures of dancers downtown New York, that sounds
awesome.
That'd be pretty great, yeah.
Well, I know with summertime, people are going to need their pets boarded with vacations and travel, and you mentioned senior photos and everything. How can folks get a hold of you? Website? How can they get in touch to reach you guys?
For the boarding business, the easiest way is typically the website or our phone number. And then for the photography, it's almost always through social media. It's always through Instagram or Facebook.
Yeah, if you go online to our website, you should be able to book and put all your information in right there. If you don't want to call and talk, and you can always do it right from the website.
Yeah.
Great. All right, anything else that you guys want to share about?
Well, we are on a big farm. We do have animals that run around. We got chickens that run around, and then the dogs like the smells out in the yard, so they run around, and tons of things out here for them to do.
All right, well, come check it out. And thank you so much for joining us today. Really appreciate it.
Thanks for having us.